Hello. 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 Good evening. Can we start the program, please? Kindly be seated. We can start the program. Ready? I think. Good evening to all. Good evening to all. Respected Chairman, DICs, business heads, and my dear colleagues who have assembled here, and all others who have been connected through our website leveraging our technology. At the outset, I express my sincere thanks from the bottom of my heart for providing me the opportunity to welcome you all on the eve of New Year celebration 2016. This being my first year, I am not only excited to be part of these celebrations, but equally proud, like most of you, being part of this great organization, which has an unparalleled track record for more than 100 years of serving its customers and society at large, and built on the foundation of employee first philosophy. One quote which inspired me a lot, even prior to my joining JKO, was none other than the quote of late Sri Lala Lakshmipat Singhania, which reads as follows: "We seek a society which is proud of its past, conscious of the present, and full of hope for the future, a society where every citizen would be equally conscious of its rights and responsibilities." Needless to mention that the above quote is not only the most inspiring quote of the century, but also is timeless and eternal. It gives us A, the confidence to leverage our collective wisdom, B, the courage to look at the current reality, and C, the conviction to develop our internal capability to win over the future. Being humble, unlike Western culture, sometimes we are likely to underestimate our own credentials. I had the opportunity as part of CHRDC meeting recently to consolidate the number of accolades awards that our group companies were conferred upon, both at national and international level. Not just one or two areas, but the whole spectrum of ranging from safety, environment, quality, HR, marketing, IT, manufacturing, and business awards, in addition to innovation and also bravery. We have won 112 awards in the year 2015 alone. The most precious one is, of course, the jewel in the crown, Dr. Raghupati ji being confirmed the TIA Hall of Fame Award, the highest honor any individual in the tire industry can achieve in the world. All these awards, no doubt, will give us tremendous impetus to face the challenges of 2016 and beyond to shape JKO as a future-ready organization. I am also confident that with our strong people practices, whether talent or rewards and recognitions like UDAN, PMA, we can rise up to any challenge to meet and to exceed the expectations of our customers and other stakeholders. While on one hand, we can be really proud of our past credentials and derive comfort for securing a significant position in the marketplace in tandem with our country's aspiration to become the third largest economy in the world by 2030. On the other hand, we also need to take clues from Sri Uday Kotak's interview published today in the ET, suggesting private Indian business has to move beyond the arbitrage model and therefore the need to rejig the business model that Indian business houses are attuned to the last 20 to 30 years. Therefore, we must be cautiously optimistic while welcoming the new year 2016. I could not resist my recollecting a tagline from an apparel advertisement that appeared in the leading dailies recently. Champions are made not by mentors but by the competitors. Let us therefore welcome the new year with even more agility and inclusiveness, empowering the young professionals, both men and women, in all our endeavors. We therefore need to constantly look for benchmarks, both national and international, to get the right external in perspective, continuously raise the bar of our own performance, equally ring fencing complacency, if any, seeping in, and thus achieve greatness in whatever we do. Greatness is nothing but conquering our obstacles cost effectively, leveraging the spirit of innovation. I once again welcome you all for this New Year celebration. Best wishes for a great year and the greatest ever decade ahead. Thanks once again. I request now Mr. Bajaria to come on stage and also our chairman for delivering his address. Mr. Bajaria will hand over the flower bouquet to our chairman.
Dear colleagues, at the outset, I, on my own and behalf of the group, wish each one and all your family a very happy and prosperous New Year 2016. I also extend a warm welcome to you all on this winter afternoon. The New Year is not only the time to celebrate our accomplishments and the milestones crossed, but to explore new horizons and set up new dreams. At the beginning of every year, when we gather here, we take stock of our achievements in the year gone by, particularly in the context of the challenges we faced in achieving them. We also take this opportunity to dedicate ourselves to the tasks of the year ahead. Looking back, one of the outstanding milestones of the year was that we doubled our turnover over the last 5 years in line with the vision we had set out for ourselves. This was achieved on the strength of substantial capital expenditure across our businesses, which exceeded rupees 5,000 crores, more importantly, reflecting our firm belief in India's growth story. These investments were made in a period when economic and policy conditions were challenging and when most Indian business houses chose to keep their investments on hold. This growth has further cemented our businesses and their reach in over 100 countries around the world. This achievement is particularly a celebration of contributions of all of you in the group who have worked with commitment and dedication to meet these goals. I firmly believe that this is greatly enabled by our effort in caring for our people and recognizing their contributions. These efforts are an inseparable part of our group's value. I'm sure that each one of you will continue to dedicate yourself to this spirit, which goes a long way towards making a lasting impact on the organization and the society at large. Harmonious industry relations continue to be another hallmark of the year gone by. Simultaneously, we continue to work on several initiatives for developing our employees to ensure their career growth and to strengthen their contribution to group businesses. In recognition of these initiatives, our companies were awarded the CII HR Excellence Award, Great Place to Work Award, Green Tech, and many more. The year 2015, it returned as a year of growth and a year of quality for our businesses. Our people, be they in manufacturing, marketing, finance, procurement, or HR, brought about commendable improvements and excellence in the operations. This effort has helped us win several national and international awards, including those of Kaizen and Quality Service. I now take this opportunity to briefly reflect on the performance of our group companies in the year 2015. JK Tyre and Industries, pioneer of radial tires in India, continue to maintain its leadership position and have now become the preferred suppliers of several OEs across product ranges. Its recent acquisition of Laskar Haridwar unit of Birla Tyres is a major milestone which will further strengthen its position besides giving the company an entry into the fast-growing 2 and 3-wheeler tire market. JK Paper Limited achieved the best ever performance in the year 2014-15 by crossing a turnover of 2,500 crores. In spite of higher raw material prices and limitations of pricing the finished goods due to import, we stood our ground and introduced more high-value products in the market, which has been well accepted. To ensure smooth raw material availability and enhance green cover, JK Paper has been planting trees on large tracts of land over a period. And in this year of 2015 alone, it planted more than 8 crore trees. JK Paper now is a net green company by planting more number of trees than it uses for production of paper. JK Lakshmi Cement continues its envious leadership position of being the lowest cost producer in the cement industry. Our efforts for increased customer satisfaction and higher customer loyalty based on superior products and services gives us superior brand position in the market. Our new grinding units at Gujarat and East and the new clinkerization facility in Udaipur will soon get commissioned. These will take our capacity to nearly 12 million tons, a matter of satisfaction for the group, considering that the capacity was about 5 million tons only 2 years back. JK Fenner India Limited continues to be market leader in power transmission belts. JK Fenner oil seals, hoses, vibration dampers, and all are well accepted in the market. The company's thrust in global market continues as it moves forward confidently on this trajectory of growth. JK Agri Genetics is an R&D-led seed development company that serves the farming community to meet their productive challenges and increase their income. It continuously researches and develops hybrid, genetically modified and non-genetically modified seeds of various crops like cotton, rice, jowar, bajra, maize, and vegetables that are distributed through more than 40,000 retailers across the country. Global Strategic Technologies, one of our new businesses, has been set up to meet defense requirements. It has taken on its code DELOP, which was established in the year 2000 by an ex-DRDO scientist. DELOP specializes in design and development of embedded electronics and electro-optical systems and is increasingly developing various systems of Indian light aircraft, Teja, main battle tank Arjun, and several missiles and torpedo systems. It has received a number of quality certifications in the year. GST is our initiative to the government's thrust of Make in India in the defense sector. Umang Dairies is one of the few units in the country to have milk processing capacity of over 1 million liters a day at a single location. It is the third largest seller of dairy creamers and whiteners in consumer packs after Amul and Nestle. Every month, it ships nearly 9 million sachets of daily flavors in different SKUs. Other products are skim milk powder, butter, ghee, flavored milk. Among institutional buyers, Umang supplies over 5.5 lakh liters per day of polypowed milk to Mother Dairy for marketing in NCR. Our other institutional buyers include leading companies like Coca-Cola, Nestle, ITC, Bharti Retail, and Future Group, among many. Our achievements in the year gone by give us justifiable pride and a solid foundation to prepare for the year ahead. However, being alert to the promises and challenges in the world around us, it is important stating point of these preparations. I now take this opportunity to highlight most significant of them. First and the foremost, the year gone by saw adverse currents in currencies and stock markets world over. The Brazilian real, South African rand, Russian rubles, and some of the South Asian currencies all depreciated heavily against dollar. Likewise, the stock market in China, Russia, Brazil, Taiwan lost substantial ground. It's a matter of pride that Indian performance was remarkably better on both of these counts. Credit must be given to the strength of our institutions as well as the Indian economy in ensuring this stability. Crude oil prices dropped from $60 per barrel to $36. So did price of other commodities such as metals, chemicals, and agriculture as well. While this fall brought a welcome relief to the Indian economy by keeping inflation under control, it was not uniformly beneficial everywhere else in the world, giving us a stern reminder of the complexities of navigating business in ever globalizing world. Closer home, several events warned us about becoming complacent and about our past success and favorable circumstances. After winning a big majority of 2014 parliamentary elections, the BJP faced a stiff political challenge in the spectacular victory of Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi and Mahagathbandhan in Bihar state elections. Emboldened by these victories, the opposition parties repeatedly disrupted the working of the parliament, and the last two sessions of the parliament were nearly a total washout, with politics riding on the economic agenda, which held back crucial legislative agendas like GST bill, among others. In the long term, it makes one wonder about the style of governance that our country is headed. As a result, a transition from euphoria to a confrontation marred the policy landscape of the country. Nevertheless, the government did succeed in pushing through several reform measures such as FDI in defense and insurance, and launched several impactful social schemes such as Jan Dhan Yojana and Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. We can expect these initiatives to make a lasting impact on the development of our country and open up new avenues for our businesses. During the course of the year of 2015, for one reason or another, we have seen sparks of communal divide and polarization in the country. There could be actions, reactions, and reaction to reactions. A strong debate has come about on the issue of tolerance and intolerance in the society which occupied in the public eye. We all have to think and understand that our ancient culture of the country is founded on the concept of tolerance, and the issue of communal divide has no place in the ethos of our country. Therefore, each one of us have to be watchful, hold a candle to enlighten harmony, peace, and economic prosperity of our country as a whole without any fanatic thoughts, speech, or action. On a related note, it is saddening to register terrorism continues to rob the world. Events in France, USA, Africa, to name a few, were grim reminders of the challenge that global peace faces. These events also remind us about the risk of inequitable growth and equally of continued relevance of the Gandhian principle of peace and non-violence. Put together, it will be fair to say farewell to 2015 as a year which both was taxing time and a testing time for us and our business. Happily, it is also heralds many hopes and promises. The group has made some promising and important beginnings in the year gone by, and I see many of them coming to fruition in 2016. Foremost among them is a thrust on digital transformation of our businesses. We have reached out to several experts in this area and have visualized each one of our business processes, particularly manufacturing, logistics, sales being transformed by the impact of digital technology. Small but equally significant beginning has been made in the area of 3D printing. This technology is transforming design and manufacturing in most countries, and I see it as making a defining impact not only on businesses but also as a business capability. Before I close, I would identify for us some significant challenges ahead of us. The first one is climate change. The year 2016 offers new challenges and hopes globally. Climate change is most significant of all. We in India have faced a second successive deficient monsoon, which was particularly characterized by drought in some parts and floods in others, which has shaken the rural economy. Unprecedented rain in Chennai and the floods that followed several affected life in the city. Some of our businesses, but more unfortunately, many, including some of the employees, faced sudden hardship. However, as usual, all of you and the group companies have risen up to help them in their suffering by making substantial contributions. In the wake of these events, it is reassuring that the world community met together to seal the Paris Climate Agreement. The agreement commits each country to substantially reduce greenhouse gas emissions, a major cause of climate change. Closer home, from beginning of this year, all of us are gathered here today have to adjust to the new traffic regulations being tried on an experimental basis to curb deadly pollution in our city, among several other measures. The options of many would be taxing, but we also have to test our grit and determination to manage under difficult circumstances by best options that may be available to each one of us. The challenge of pollution is our responsibility, and we have to make sacrifices to overcome its merits. It is very clearly established that if the human race has to survive, we have to be less wasteful, more eco-friendly, more disciplined, and caring for nature. Reaffirming our commitment to this cause, our group companies have also pledged to work towards achieving the goals set out in the agreement. This pledge imposes tremendous responsibility on us to diligently work on specific initiatives to reduce our carbon footprint. I see this as one of the major initiatives in 2016. Another challenge as well as opportunity lies in bringing gender diversity in our country. Survey indicates that promoting diversity should be part of strategic agenda of the year ahead. Enabling women to work as equal partners in Indian society and workforce would not only be progressive, but it would also give economy substantial boost. The third challenge and opportunity lies in improving the Human Development Index. HDI is a concern for our country. Towards this, we in our group have been taking several steps to set up medical facilities, educational institutions, and further social causes such as adult literacy and livelihood improvement. I see these initiatives gaining further momentum in the coming years as our obligation to our society. I take this opportunity to urge all of you to also voluntarily contribute your individual time to these initiatives. In our businesses, there will always be challenges confronting us in our mission to excel and provide superior value to our customers, stakeholders, and country at large. I am confident that Leo will provide much more opportunities than ever before for our experienced minds and energetic youth to prove their mettle, working in tandem with the scales of the height. Above everything, optimism and positive thinking should override the burden of challenges. As a humble and learning organization, we should forever be eager to learn, unlearn, relearn, to become more agile to serve the customer even better. Let us strive to be more participative and resolve to inculcate a team spirit. Let us create and share knowledge and wisdom so that it becomes a shared asset. We must believe in ourselves and spread the spirit of confidence and pride. Together, let's raise to challenge and bring together our best in us. With this, I once again wish you and your families a very happy new year. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. And now I request Mr. Sokshi to come and deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, Chairman Bhattari ji, Sunita ji, Rafik ji, senior directors, business heads, and all my colleagues. It's a matter of privilege for me to be called upon to express or give a vote of thanks. I'm indeed thankful to you, sir, for very inspiring address and encapsulating in a very short speech the happenings of the organization, different companies of the organization, the happenings of national and international importance, which has a bearing on our businesses, and of course, on laying down the challenges that we have for the group and for different businesses. I'm thankful to all my colleagues and to all the people who are here, and a special thanks to the people, my colleagues who have an odd number car to make it today. I think the ever-growing number also is an indication that our organization is growing. And I think every year you see addition to this number, which is very heartening. Sir, you have really given us an added sunshine that the group has been able to achieve its vision of doubling the turnover and investing 5,000 crores. And we have not allowed the cynicism or the pessimism which some of the businesses are facing to come in our way of growth. And I think that's very positive. It's a matter of great pride that whatever we have done have been recognized nationally and internationally. And Mr. Thiru summed it up by saying that we have got 115 awards. I must applaud for all of us here. So during the day, there has been a sunshine, and then there has been the clouds overtaking the sunshine at times. And I thought 2015 is a typical, this is exactly the way 2015 behaved. On one hand, we have a lot of positives, sir. Sir, I thought that we don't have to be very serious. I just tried to make it slightly lighter. We don't have to start the new year, with a very serious face. Sir, on one hand, we have many positives. India is being held as a bright spot in our gloomy economy, the only one registering 7% plus growth. India has suddenly got a newfound respect. Suddenly, I find every state head welcoming our Honorable Prime Minister with a hug. So I think it's all very positive. 3 of the Indians today are heading one of the largest multinational corporations, be it Google, be it Microsoft, be it SoftBank, and what have you. So I think there's a newfound respect, and I actually term it as a salute to Spirit India. And I think this is what number of initiatives have been come up. I'm talking about the positive that we have seen during the year, sir. The Make in India, the Digital India, the Skill India, Housing for All, which is the music for me, Housing for All by 2022, and very recently the Startup India, Stand Up India. They're all very, very positive signs. India today ranks one of those 5 countries which can launch commercial satellites. It's already launched more than 40 commercial satellites till now. in this year itself. India today is ranked as the third largest ecosystem for startups. And I was quite surprised. This is something which is going to be launched on the 16th of January. That on an average, in 10 days period, 4,000 startups are being launched. And 10 new investments come up in startups in a period of just 10 days. I think it's very heartening. You have very positive, lot of sunshine, but then you have on the other side the clouds which have been playing hide and seek. The first and foremost, sir, is the dark cloud of terrorism. I think that is something which the entire global arena is facing. But I think India has been one of the prime target for whatever reasons, for historical reasons. I think the bigger worries are there is the indoctrination of the younger talents, and which we have seen recently, the number of young youth, the number of talented youth who have been arrested or caught, who are proceeding to join ISIS. So I think this is one of the bigger menace that we'll have to face increasingly in the coming time, and it also raises the serious issue of the state of security that we are in. Sir, while we have achieved 7% growth, but I think we are still much below the target, the dream that we have seen of the 8 to 10% growth. We are still much below that. Agriculture production has been declining quarter on quarter this year. The core sector growth, which represents actually how the economy is shaping in terms of infrastructure, which is supposed to be the major vehicle for the next boom in our economy, the growth in the first 8 months has been only 2%, while even in the last year it was 6%. And of course, sir, where we are concerned, the manufacturing sector contribution to the GDP is declining every year. I think these are some of the dark clouds that we are worried, sir. However, on a net position, I would like to quote Habib Akade, who said that I may not be where I want to be, but I'm thankful I'm not where I used to be. So we have made some headway, and I think that's something very positive. Sir, I'm greatly enthused with the great expectation from 2016 for all of us. Sir, we are beginning to see a rise both in the public and the private sector spending. After a long gap, automotive sector, in which our group is deeply interested, is witnessing a near double-digit growth. Infrastructure, we can see some green shoots, and we have seen that in the month of December, sir, which is very positive again, that the infrastructure is finally seeing some movement. Is of course too premature to form any opinion, but at least there are green shoots which are emerging, both even in the investment in the private sector. Policies are being streamlined, regulations are being simplified, and we are definitely moving towards the Prime Minister's oftenly repeated the challenge of minimum government and maximum governance. We are finally moving towards it. And sir, there are welcome changes which augur well for all of us. I am confident, sir, that each of our business would leverage the positives of the ecosystem to convert the challenges into opportunities. Sir, you have mentioned some of the important challenges, including the climate change, and I think there is something very, very positive which has happened again, that 200 countries have agreed on one common agenda. And I think this odd and even, whatever might the critics say, at least it has been able to bring about that sensitization in the mind of the people in our country that this is really a huge challenge that we need to face. Sir, each of these challenges, be it the climate change, you talked about the digital transformation, you talked about the improvement in the Human Development Index, and they all offer good business opportunities also, sir. And I think we can leverage them provided we are bold, courageous, and if I may so, even audacious at times to capture them, to leverage them. The world is beginning to do more from less. I think that is all the effort of this climate change agreement that has happened. Even our own measurement of the GDP growth that we see is now talks of the growth and value, not growth and volume. I think, sir, there are paradigm shifts that we will have to, our businesses will have to get accustomed to. Closer home, I find that even the change in the government that you talked about in Delhi or Bihar has a lesson for us, and that is nobody can take a customer for granted. The customer of a political party is his voter. If he has been taken for granted, he shows you no result. Business today are no different. If we don't change with time, with that agility that Mr. Thiru talked about, then we are in for not too pleasant surprises. Sir, since he has allotted me only 3 minutes, I wish and pray that JK organization grows manifold this year with the support of all our stakeholders under the able leadership that we have in all the businesses. My heartfelt thanks to all my colleagues here, to the employees, all the stakeholders, whoever have joined us in our journey. I would also like to thank, sir, besides the people who are here, the people who are listening, connected through the web, and the IT department for enabling us to do it. Sir, as I join the chairman to wish you all and your family members a very happy new year, may we take a leap of faith to begin this wondrous new year by believing in ourselves, by smiling even in the adversity and choosing happiness. As happiness as precursor, sir, to peace, optimism, and compassion, the three virtues which I feel are badly needed today. Remember, one happy person makes 1,000 happy person. I finally would like to take this opportunity to convey a hearty thanks to the organizers. And you see an improvement in the decor. Even I find the menu gets upgraded every day despite the increasing number. And I think kudos to them. Mr. Virendra Singh has been organizing them. My thanks, I'm thankful to him as well. आप सबको मैं पुनः हार्दिक अभिनंदन और नव वर्ष की शुभकामनाएं दूं। उसके पहले मैं सब चलते चलते एक लाइटर वे में बता दूं कि अभी हमारे ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर 4 कंट्री एक दिन में कवर किए उन्होंने। तो हमारे कुछ दोस्तों में बात हो रही थी तो उन्होंने कहा भाई आप कर सकते हैं। तो हमसे ही हमारा जैसा दोस्त बोला है साहब मैं तो सुबह जब यही तो फर्क है साहब उसकी कोई बीवी नहीं है, मेरी बीवी है, मैं सुबह से शाम बिग बाजार में मेरे लग जाता है एक, तो मैं दूसरे जगह कहाँ जाऊंगा। आप सबको पुनः बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन।
Thank you very much, sir, for the vote of thanks. I'm just getting a mail from www.voteofthanks.com and conferring the first award for Mr. Sokshi for the best vote of thanks delivered. Thanks a lot, and thank you very much, Chairman, and my dear colleagues. We will now break for tea. And before that, I would like to reiterate the good and excellent administrative arrangements made by our admin team. And thanks a lot once again. And they've also made 5 counters. We can go odd, even, odd, so that you can save time. Thank you.